Lynette, we're excited to have you here with us this evening. What I'd really like to explore with you first up is a bit more about what the B team are up to here in Australasia and any sort of context you can give to the innovation themes that are happening in the region.
The B team is a fantastic organisation, and it's a group of global leaders that have come together to try and encourage other leaders to not only look after the shareholders, so basically return profit to the shareholders, but also look after the people and the planet. The idea was to get 10 CEOs that would tackle some issues that are very big and very relevant to what we're dealing with in our business world, and to hopefully together try and start to talk about what solutions might be.
Brilliant.
And the first one, which is so pertinent to what you're doing here in terms of the survey, is our first work was looking at the future of work.
Oh, great. So what sort of themes did you see that were unique to our region?
Yeah, well, it's kind of really interesting because going through the process, it was not only what's going to happen as a result of AI coming in and technology changes, but also the changing nature in the way we work.
Yes.
Because if you look at it, I think in the States, it's about 60% of the workers are no longer full-time employees.
Right.
And in Australia, it's 50%.
Yes.
So what we did is we decided that we would come up with some principles, 5 principles, that we as a group feel comfortable with starting to do action today, so that we bring as many of our employees along on the journey as possible. And we launched those and we said to the other leaders, please, give us your feedback, because if we can make them much better, then maybe they're a bit of a guide to help organisations to start doing today what they need to do. Because we all know in terms of planning that if you plan for things better, you're going to get a better response and maybe hopefully not leave as many employees behind.
Oh, brilliant. So is it about using those principles to curate a better workplace experience for employees, or?
Yeah, look, that's a really good question, because when we looked at it, we said, what does a corporation have to do in terms of taking much more responsibility for their employees, right?
Yes.
And so that was, creating a better environment. So that is looking at the individual as a whole person, not just what a lot of people do these days, is looking at a person in terms of the current job and the career path, but doing a lot more.